GSB, the official banking partner of the CSGA, the only bank you'll ever need. Visit mygsb.bank for more information.
It was a playoff. We had 2 rounds, but I want to say that first round was in pretty bad weather. The second round, let's just say what I remember definitely is that it was a playoff. And I won on the first hole. It was just really all grace. That's the whole thing was, I'm a strong Christian, and just to stay in the present, moment by moment with him. I walked, pretty every shot with him, just keeping him at the forefront and trying not to get ahead of myself or behind, look back. But didn't realize it was going to be a playoff until, when it was a playoff, I was like, okay, here we go. But, and in a way, it was kind of like a David and Goliath deal, because I'm very small stature compared to Elizabeth. So, she was a pretty strong player, and she could hit it a long ways. And it was the first hole. I hit it out in the center, drove, the center of the fairway, and I think she blocked hers to the right a lot further. And I hit it on the green. I want to say I hit a 5-iron, and maybe she had, I don't want to say what she had, but obviously a couple clubs less than myself. And I 2-putted. I'm not sure if she knocked it on the green or not. I do not remember. But I parred, and that was the end of it. And it was just a little surreal. There was a shot, and I forget who I even played with, and I think there was a par, I don't know if it was a par 3 back there, and it was blowing. And I hit an unbelievable shot. It was with an iron, again, a long iron for me, not compared to other people. Okay, they're probably, like I say, I was a short hitter. I'm 5 foot and 100 and maybe 15 pounds. So, I always had that in my brain, short game, and that didn't matter. Size didn't matter. It didn't matter. And I couldn't let size, you know what I mean? For myself, I had to kind of overcome, I'm going to say, the stature of it, etc. So, and golf is like that. It really does. Nowadays it's changed, but I can't remember the hole, but there was this hole, and there was a lot of wind blowing, and I didn't stiff it, but it was a great shot. It held the wind. It was an iron into this par 3. I think there was water. I don't remember, and maybe I'm making that up, which is sad, but I drained maybe a 20, 25 foot putt to make for a birdie on that hole. And it was just crazy because it was a windy day. I want to say that first round, and just hitting woods into the greens. It was fluky. It was like, you hear that term, all the lines, the stars were aligned, etc. But it was just fluky because I was hitting it. I'm usually a straight ball hitter, and hitting woods and hitting all these short shots, holding the greens, etc., and just kind of, just plodding along. And I thought, the rounds were going to be, I was surprised with where I was whatever I shot. You know what I mean? I don't even remember what I shot. It was probably a few over. But just that first round was it was a tough round, but it was awesome. It was just awesome to see where I ended up.